We were going from Glastonbury back to Cheddar, and my girlfriend Ashley was sat next to me, and her brother was sat in the front, and her dad was driving. We went down a pothole. As we come back out, I looked up to see what was going on, and we were like veering across into the oncoming side of the road. And then Gareth like swerved to the left to like obviously not hit this car. Next thing I know, we hit the bank, and we were rolling the car. Instantly went to obviously look at my girlfriend, and she wasn't sat there anymore. So when I realised she wasn't sat there, I went to shout at her dad to say like, Ashley isn't in the car, and he wasn't in the car either. Jack was crying in the front seat, so I like dove in and I literally ripped him out of the seatbelt. I don't even think I undid it. And literally as I got him out of the front seat, the front window started filling up with water. I looked over and I just saw Ashley's dad, like face first, sliding down the bank. Managed to like wiggle my foot into like the bank to like take the weight of Gareth when he came down. I was literally holding him like a baby, shouting, trying to get him to wake up because he was unconscious at the time. Ashley was in the middle of the road with a broken leg, and the woman was already kind of like looking after her a little bit. If I didn't do it, what sort of person would I be?
We'd just seen this massive like inferno blaze, then we just seen this bloke moving about in the car. So we all ran over there, and then all of a sudden this bloke stepped out. He was like, just like walking about a lit. So we all walked over there and ran, and we're telling him to drop and roll, and he was just stood there looking at us. So then he walked towards us, so I didn't know what to do. So I mean, the first instinct was just take my hoodie off and just like douse him with my hoodie, try to get the flames off him. We got him to drop and roll in the end, and he was rolling around on the floor. We're chucking water from people that's given us water from other cars. And then eventually the flames went out, so then we tried lifting him to a grass verge. But then the car exploded, so we had to take wheels to duck. Somebody else helped us, not sure who he was, pick him up, and we took him onto a grass verge. I think I dealt with it right. But then if you're in a situation like that, I think that's what anyone would do.
2 years ago, my nephew James was serving in Afghanistan, and during his tour of Afghanistan, my eldest sister received a phone call to inform the family that James had been caught in a mortar attack and he was being flown back. We didn't know the extent of his injuries at that time, but it had a dramatic effect on the whole family. And as a result of that, we came up with the idea was to do the solitary confinement, to empathise with the soldier suffering from mental stress when he's in service and out. And the challenge was to do 453 hours sealed inside a box to honour each soldier that was fallen. The interest in the challenge was absolutely phenomenal, not just here in the United Kingdom, but also United States, Australia, and also in Europe. And it has created quite a lot of awareness that more and more people now are asking questions. How do we support our soldiers when they come out of the armed forces and return to Civvy Street? The challenge was the most formidable attempt I've ever taken on in fundraising of over 30 years. It's a testament to me mentally, physically, and I was quite surprised just how vulnerable I felt.